Hello friends, welcome back to this channel once again. Well friends, I hope कि most of the viewers have completed their training modules. ये total 33 modules हैं. Most of the viewers ने मेरे को comment भी किए हैं नीचे और इससे लगता है कि बहुत सारों ने जो है वो अपने modules हैं वो complete कर लिए हैं और वो जो further उनका Q&A सेशन है उसके लिए उनकी टाइमिंग मिल चुकी है. तो फर्दर कुछ एक व्यूअर्स मेरे को बोल रहे थे कि सर जितने भी जो मॉड्यूल्स हैं उनको स्टेप हर एक मॉड्यूल को अपलोड कीजिए. तो मैं मॉड्यूल 1 से शुरू कर रहा हूँ. मॉड्यूल 1 में जो सबसे पहले आता है एक इंट्रोडक्शन आती है इंडस्ट्री की. वो बहुत छोटा सा टॉपिक है, उसमें कुछ अपलोड करने की ज़रूरत नहीं है. उसके बाद टेस्ट नंबर 1 आता है, दैट इज़ ऑलरेडी अपलोडेड इन द चैनल. एंड सेकेंड जो बहुत ही इंपॉर्टेंट टॉपिक है दैट इज़ एयरलाइन इंसाइडर, जिसमें रीडिंग इटिनरीज के बारे में डिस्कस किया जाता है. फ़्लाइट इटिनरी को कैसे रीड करना है, ये सबसे ज़्यादा इम्पोर्टेंट टॉपिक है पूरी ट्रेनिंग का. क्योंकि जब तक आप फ़्लाइट इटिनरी को रीड आउट नहीं करना सीखोगे तो यार मतलब जो प्रैक्टिकल सेशंस में बहुत मुश्किल होने वाली है. उसमें फ़्लाइट कब जानी है, कब डिपार्चर है, कब अराइवल है, कितने बजे लेओवर है, कितने बजे पहुंचेगी, कौन कौन सी सिटीज़ हैं, वो सारा एक सिंगल लाइन में डिस्कस किया हुआ होता है. उसको इटिनरी कहते हैं. तो इस वाले टॉपिक को ध्यान से देखना यार. मैंने चार वीडियोस बनाए हैं इसमें और स्टेप बाय मतलब 4 पार्ट्स में इसको अपलोड करूँगा. तो हर एक पार्ट को देखना आप और उसको अच्छे से समझना, ठीक है. और जो उसके एंड में क्वेश्चंस आते हैं वो मैंने क्लियर किया हुआ है ये ऑलरेडी. तो मतलब जो क्वेश्चन मेरे गलत हैं उनको आप ठीक कर लेना. मतलब जो मैंने टिक किया और गलत है कोई क्वेश्चन तो आप उसको ना चूज़ करके सही वाला जो ऑप्शन है उसको चूज़ करके हाई स्कोर ले सकते हैं, ठीक है. तो आई होप यू लाइक द वीडियो और इसको पूरा देखो और बेस्ट ऑफ लक.
Display the following details about the trip. All airlines participating in the trip. Dates and times for every flight within the trip. Departure and arrival airports and their codes. Airports where the stops on the way are. Total trip duration and the duration of each separate flight in case there are stops on the way. Duration of layovers. Type of plane, class of service, amenities on board and booking codes. Price including taxes, fees and fuel surcharges for the entire trip. So as you see, there are a lot of parts to a trip itinerary for us to explore. Let's begin. Make sure to pause the videos and read each itinerary yourself without my guidance. Try to repeat each single one. And if you feel confident, pause the video before I read the itinerary, and try to read it yourself. First things first. Let's learn how to read times. In most flight itineraries you are going to encounter they are going to be displayed in 12-hour format. If you're used to 24-hour format, at first it might be somewhat confusing. 12-hour format uses letters after the time. AM, those are all timings between midnight and midday, so that would be night and morning times. Easiest to remember is after midnight. AM, after midnight. So for example 10 AM would be the same as 10 o'clock in 24-hour format. But 12:35 AM would be written as 00:35 in 24-hour format. PM, those are all timings post midday and before midnight. so that is the afternoon and evening time. Easiest to remember, PM, post-midday. 23:20 and 24-hour format would be the same as 11:20 PM and 12-hour format. 20:35 and 24-hour format would be the same as 8:35 PM and 12-hour format. If you see the letter N at the end, it's exactly 12 noon. If you see the letter M at the end, it's exactly 12 midnight. Practice this, then continue the lesson. What is a time zone? A time zone is a geographic region within which the same standard time is used. Basically the local time of a region or a country, which will change from region to region or from country to country. Within one country there may be several different time zones. As you travel the globe, time zones change, and you gain or lose in time. For example, you can celebrate Christmas in Los Angeles, and then travel across several time zones and celebrate it again. If you want to learn more about this topic, check out the links provided in the Factopedia. The local time within a time zone is defined by its offset, difference, from Coordinated Universal Time, UTC, the world's time standard. UTC time changes 1 hour forward and backward corresponding to a 1 hour difference. The offset is expressed as either UTC or UTC plus and the number of hours and minutes. Each time zone has a name and the offset. For example, if we look at the time zones within the United States of America, we will see the following picture. People in Hawaii are the earliest to wake up, as the state comprised from multiple islands is located the most to the west. Next is Alaska, which is also located far from most of the states, nevertheless it's a US state. When it's 1 p.m. in Hawaii, it's 2 p.m. in Alaska. It will be 3 p.m. in Los Angeles, which is located in the Pacific Daylight Time Zone, 4 p.m. in Salt Lake City, 5 p.m. in Houston and 6 p.m. in Washington, D.C. and Miami, which are located in the Eastern Daylight Time Zone. So that means that within the United States there are 6 different time zones. Whenever you call your clients, consider their time zone, as it might be too early or too late to call. Also, make sure always to provide your work times according to their time zone, so they don't have to calculate it themselves. Let's try to read a simple itinerary in the way it's displayed in most booking sites. This particular itinerary is from an online travel agency, kayak.com. This full itinerary can be read as follows. The entire flight is on Korean Air, as there are no other airlines listed. It is a one-way ticket from New York to Manila, Philippines. It is a one-stop flight, as on the way from New York to Manila there is a stop in Incheon, Seoul, South Korea. The total duration of this flight is 22 hours and 5 minutes. The first flight departs from New York on the 12th of October at 12:50 a.m. in the night. This flight is 15 hours and 50 minutes long. It arrives to Incheon on the 13th of October at 5:40 a.m. in the morning on the 13th of October. Then there is a layover in Incheon Airport for 2 hours and 10 minutes before the next flight. The next flight is departing at 7:50 a.m. from Incheon and the flight duration is 4 hours and 5 minutes. It arrives to Manila, which is the final destination at 10:55 a.m. on the 13th of October. On the right, you can see that the class of service is economy, as well as you can see information about the plane type and amenities. Of course, this is not the way you're going to read the itinerary to a client. If you read like this, it will be too long. Whenever you read an itinerary to the customer, use the following format. Airline companies. Departure date, city, time. Arrival date, city, time. Number of stops. Where is the stop? For how long? Duration. Baggage allowance. Price. Let me read you this itinerary in the way how you would read it to a customer. Your flight is on Korean Air. It's departing in the 12th of October from New York at 12:50 a.m. in the night and arriving to Manila at 10:55 a.m. the following day, the 13th of October. On the way there is one stop in Incheon, Seoul for 2 hours and 10 minutes. The total duration of this flight is 22 hours and 5 minutes. You can take 2 bags of luggage with you free of charge, and the total price with all taxes and fees is only $755.55. This is the most simple way to read travel itineraries. Later on, when you gain experience and knowledge, you will know when it makes sense to add extra details, or make it even shorter. For now, use these guidelines, so you can learn to read each and every itinerary the right way. Download the Reading Itineraries checklist from the Factopedia for reference. There will be examples of itineraries from online booking engines, as well as from our internal flight search tool, ProQuote, which you will get acquainted with in later lessons. Let's read more examples. Feel free to pause the video at any point and read the itinerary yourself. This example is from kayak.com. It is a round trip to London. It is a non-stop flight. This itinerary can be read as follows. Your flight will be on British Airways. It departs Houston on the 12th of October at 4 p.m. in the afternoon, and arrives at London Heathrow 7:10 a.m. next day without any stops on the way. Return flight will be on the 19th of October, departing 10 a.m. from London